Are you familiar with the concept of evolution?
This whole opening scene looks great visually.
I must find another.
This movie does a nice job with the exposition of Noah and it not seeming forced throughout the first 20 minutes of the movie. The film carefully introduces everyone that means something to Noah, including his mother, his father, and his friends, while also throwing in subtle hints as to the type of person Noah is and how the other apes see him, with lines like,
Didn't think you'd make it back.
and
Take them all. No, never. Leave one. Always. That is the law.
and not to mention the strenuous relationship that is hinted at between Noah and his dad. This scene with Noah's village being attacked is filmed well. Wes Ball does a great job capturing everything that's going on in the scene and arranging all the visual information during the scene within the camera frame. The way Noah's friends and family are being attacked in the background helps capture the emotional weight of the scene from Noah's point of view. Ball deliberately composes the frame in this way to help control the narrative and induce viewers to pay attention to certain characters or points of interest in the scene. And this is why this scene is so good visually. Noah should not have survived this. The impressive acting in these 8 movies, combined with the great visual effects, will always go in the good category.
It was Caesar who taught us what it means to be apes. Together, strong.
This scene isn't bad with Rocka telling Noah about Caesar. I also like the idea of Caesar's ideology being twisted by the bad apes in the movie.
Twist his words.
This scene with the apes finding the humans and capturing them is shot well. The camera isn't shaky and everything that's going on in the scene is displayed well.
Find her.
These are 2 more great shots in the movie with the camera showing the entire setting and then panning down to the tall grass. It not only lets the audience know where everyone is in the scene, but also gives the audience a glimpse of May's point of view, which makes the scene more intense, and also more impactful when she stands up and yells Noah's name. No! And since we're talking about the shots of the movie, I think it's time to talk about the directing and the cinematography. And as expected, it'll go in the good category. The directing from Wes Ball was one of the highlights of the movie, as he provides some great visual shots that does well to control the narrative and induce the viewers to pay attention to certain characters and points of interest in the scene. For example, the scene with Noah's village being attacked is shot well because of how the camera does a nice job composing the frame in a way in which it was hard not to look at everything going on in the background aside from just Noah. The same goes for the scene with the apes capturing the humans and May in the tall grass, with how well Wes Ball arranges the visual information of the humans being captured and running away within the camera frame. It makes these scenes shot well. The cinematography is great in the movie also, as the creative camera work is displayed well during the action scenes, while also delivering on the lighting of certain scenes. So with that, the movie earns a 5 out of 5 for directing and cinematography. I gotta say, there are a few scenes and moments in the movie in which the score stands out, and this is one of them with the ominous music playing while on the bridge. I'm also not mad at them approaching the bridge when it's a clear trap. I mean, it's not like they had much of an alternative plan. But speaking of the music and the score, I think it's time to look at it. The music in the score isn't iconic, but there are a few moments in the movie in which the score makes an impact and is placed well in the scene, like this scene on the bridge and the scene with the telescope. So with that, the movie earns a 4 out of 5 for music and score.
Together, strong.
I'm not a huge fan of Rocka supposedly dying. I don't think it was really needed to get Noah to understand and follow Caesar's real teachings.
You are coming here to get inside my vault.
It is not yours!
Okay, I think it's time to look at the actors and the acting and the dialogue of the movie. And it will go in the good category. The movie does a good job giving the main characters a purpose in the movie and making them watchable. Starting with Owen Teague as Noah, the movie does a great job going over who Noah is from the beginning, while also providing room for growth throughout the movie as his belief starts to change. Owen Teague also does a great job acting with the motion capture technology, making his performance authentic and believable. Kevin Durant also does a great job as Proximus, as he portrays the character well, and Peter Mackin is entertaining as Rocka. The only real complaint is these two characters could have been in the movie more, but nevertheless, they still do well with the time they're given. And Freya Allen and William H. Macy are good in their roles as well. So with that, the movie earns a 5 out of 5 for actors and acting and dialogue.
But the law is wrong.
Okay, it's time to look at the editing in the movie. And the editing will go in the good category. The film does a good job conveying a consistent tone throughout the movie, as the pace of the film doesn't prove to be too slow, even though it is a long movie. The visual effects blend seamlessly throughout the movie as well, as the motion capture technology and the effects enhance the visuals and the experience of the film. So with that, the movie earns a 5 out of 5 for editing. Why does Proximus just leave her here instead of interrogating her? He knows she knows about the bunker, and it's not like he wants to save the humans.
I must destroy their kind.
So why not torture her with one of the electrical sticks or something for information? So no ape is on guard right now? Got it. I'm gonna be honest, this wasn't that much of a surprise to me. This bunker takes like 10 minutes to open, it's loud as hell, and every ape in this kingdom could have been right here by the time it opened. Also, I know they discussed flooding the bunker, but Noah does not prepare for this flood at all. I mean, Anaya and Sonya didn't even need to be with him. If anything, they could have stayed back and got the clan ready to evade the flood. So yeah, her floodiness wasn't surprising. It's just Noah didn't adequately prepare. This action scene with Noah fighting Silver isn't bad, and I like how it ends with Noah outsmarting him, once again showing his growth among other things. And speaking of action, it's time to look at the action adventure of the movie. Starting with the action, the movie does a nice job displaying some compelling action scenes throughout the film that end up being shot well, and that's thanks to the editing and the directing and the cinematography. From the scene with Noah's village being attacked, to the scene with Silver and the apes capturing the humans, to this scene with Noah fighting Silver in the water while trying to save his clan. And when it comes to the adventure portion of the movie, it ends up being good, but not that special. The adventure throughout the movie of Noah trying to find his clan while learning about the teachings of Caesar isn't bad. It's just that element in the movie is very similar to Caesar searching for his clan after the soldiers attacked his camp and killed his family in war for the planet of the apes. And this similarity doesn't make the adventure portion of the movie that special. But nevertheless, it's not bad. So with that, the movie earns a 4 out of 5 for action adventure. It would have been better if Noah would have stood up and said apes together strong and all of them came together and jumped Proximus instead of the Eagles doing it. I think that would have been more impactful to Noah becoming a leader than the Eagles attacking and killing him. Okay, it's time to look at the plot and the story of the movie. The plot and the story isn't bad as the movie extends on the Planet of the Apes franchise with the introduction of new apes and new humans. The movie explores the theme of laws while using Caesar's ideology as a plot point, with it being twisted by the movie's villain Proximus. What hinders the plot and the story from being great though is its similarity to War for the Planet of the Apes and the other plot conveniences that allow for the movie to continue. From Noah surviving the first fall when Silver attacked the village, to Proximus not interrogating Mai further when he clearly knew she knew about the bunker, to no ape being near the bunker when her and Noah were setting up the explosives. But in all, the plot and the story doesn't end up being bad. So with that, the movie earns a 4 out of 5 for plot and story. In conclusion, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes excels in visuals and directing and cinematography, and the characters and their performances do great in making the movie even more entertaining. What still makes Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes probably the least rewatchable movie in the franchise though, is the leftover nostalgia from Caesar not being in the movie, and the similarities to War for the Planet of the Apes. I mean, if that's the case, I might as well watch War for the Planet of the Apes. I mean, yes, the movie has Woody Harrelson and not Chris Duran, but it still has Caesar. But who knows though, maybe as time passes, maybe this movie will age gracefully with the franchise. Okay, so now that we have all the numbers, it's time to add them up. So the movie ends up with a 4.5 out of 5, and that gives it a B rating.
That is the law.